If only we had Homelander to fix woke Hollywood. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Get a kick-ass website today. The Boys Season 2 is about to start, and yes, I am looking forward to it, which is a freaking miracle, because most shows I start are terrible, and they're going out of their way to make me feel sad. Surprisingly, The Boys actually has a well-written story with fleshed-out characters. I know, I'm just as shocked as you.
Come on, Puddin'! Do it!
Now, to say we've been overrun by superhero movies over the last decade would be a bit of an understatement.
And that was just a beginning.
And for every good superhero movie, there are at least 10 mediocre to outright crap superhero films released. I mean, realistically, the ratio is probably more like 1 to 25, but I'll never find out because I ain't watching them all. It's too much. My will to watch more superhero films died with Tony. That was until I watched The Boys. You see, The Boys succeeds where others have failed miserably. For starters, and this is an important one, they went out on a limb and decided not to destroy established loved characters, which, as you know, is now all the rage.
Because it was no longer Starfleet.
Because you are guaranteed a few more million eyeballs on the screen if you attach a well-known name to the titles. The Boys also understand what it means to subvert expectations, and it takes a bit more than just flipping a character's personality and making them a prick. And if you want to tell stories about troubled superheroes, it's probably best not to pick the alien god.
You are here for a reason.
I blame Christopher Nolan for ending up with this pathetic version of Superman. His success with the Batman series is to blame for not just this shit, but also for a lot of the rubbish that gets the go-ahead. Hollywood saw the success of a dark and realistic superhero film and stupidly thought it could be applied to any superhero. They ain't all Batman dickheads, and most of these directors aren't Christopher Nolan. Marvel mostly staying away from being a Dark Knight copy was a big part of their success. They remembered that heroes should act like heroes, even if flawed, be seen to be doing the right thing, and also be enjoyable to watch. Not mass murdering freaks whose main goal is revenge in ugly, dark, horrible looking films. The other cancer that is killing Hollywood is the virtue signalling. It's now more important than talent. The Boys avoids all these problems by giving us new, well-written characters instead of trying to bastardize our past. And instead of just pretending to tackle real social issues, it actually explores them in a believable way. It also points out the absurdity of celebrities and their virtue signaling ways.
I'm going to do everything in my power to renew my light. Not just for you, but for all the female people that I've offended.
Renew your light? Did you just fucking join the Church of the Collective?
Maybe.
I also like that the heroes aren't miserable aliens. If you want some fucked up superheroes, just give superpowers to ordinary people. Humans are already assholes. The slightest bit of power turns out some real horrible people. We've also seen how angry people can get if you don't agree with them. Depending on who got the powers, there would be a whole lot of people, probably me included, receiving the old laser eye on the first day. This horrible dirtbag would make the whole world line up to blow him. Mr. Weinstein will see you now, Mr. Robot Head. No! The Boys is also full of some real surprises. Want your expectations subverted? Try a show that starts by having the Boys version of The Flash, A-Train, obliterate a girl by running through her on his way to get drugs. A show that puts explosives up the arse of the invisible hero, Translucent, and then accidentally murder him. Or in one of my favourite scenes, have our new Superman, Homelander, scream and threaten families who are about to all die in a plane crash straight after he told them he was going to save them, letting families and children die so our heroes don't get bad press.
Maeve, think. We're done here.
So we have the 7 main high-profile celebrity heroes, and we have the Boys, who for good reason want to cancel the 7 celebrity heroes. And like our love-hate relationship with sports stars, the 7 are treated like a product that can be marketed, sold, and even replaced if they step out of line, or if someone better comes along.
If I don't win, I'm out. Nobody wants the second fastest man in the 7.
And just like today's celebrities, the superhero's public image is controlled by managers and publicists who feed the media the version of the story they want to get out.
Together, we will make sure that this never happens to our great nation ever again.
Mistakes or just straight up murders can be fixed with the right controlled apology.
I was chasing these bank robbers. She just stepped in the middle of the street. She was a half step off the fucking curb.
And some good old cash. Our superheroes are all insecure about keeping their place in the Seven, all except Homelander, that is. Homelander is really one scary motherfucker.
I'm the Homelander. And I can do whatever the fuck I want.
And everyone close to him is rightly scared. Even his boss, who has this bizarre, interesting relationship with him. We're right up to the end of the season, you're never really sure if she's using and controlling him or just completely terrified by him and doing whatever she can do to stay alive. When you find out the truth, Homelander's response is quite a surprise. And who wouldn't be scared? The guy can just laser through your head at any moment and no one can stop him. I even like that he seems to go for the laser eyes virtually every time because it's the easiest option, even if it gets innocent people killed. His total disregard for human life, mixed with his ego and self-preservation, really make for some surprising outcomes. And thankfully, unlike a lot of other villains that we've seen recently, we start getting an interesting backstory that gives us insight into how he turned out this way. We could even end up feeling some sympathy for him. And that's what's great about this show. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do next. They could do a Jaime Lannister on us and turn a weird, child-killing sexual deviant into everyone's favourite character. No, that would be a surprise. It's as if the writers wanted to create a story that was interesting and made some sense. So, fuck you, JJ. It can be done. But what really makes Homelander great is the performance. The casting for all the characters is pretty much perfect.
You fucking idiot.
I'd never seen Anthony Starr in anything before, but the mix of his nice guy public persona and then the twisted hidden murderer is fantastic. And being as Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander, is a New Zealander, we in Australia get to claim him as one of us.
You fucking cocksucker.
As we do with any successful Kiwi, they instantly become Australian until, well, they do something wrong.
Crow was charged with assaulting 28-year-old concierge Nesta Estrada.
And then they're back to being New Zealand's problem. Like Carl Urban, another fine Aussie. Urban is great in this, but I have to admit at first I wasn't loving the accent.
Love that accent.
But it grew on me and allowed for some fun exchanges.
Ginger, on the other hand, has released 3 albums. Passion, Schizophonic, and Scream If You Want to Go Faster.
And happily he gets to do a lot in this show. For some reason, I can never shake the feeling that Urban is underrated, and that what I'm watching will be his chance to make it, which is fucking ridiculous, seeing as he's been in some of Hollywood's biggest franchises, but I can't help it. I just want to see this little Aussie make it one day. Quick break and don't go anywhere to thank today's sponsor, Squarespace. Right now, the world is a captive audience, so it's time to shine. And to do that, you have to look your best. And with Squarespace, you can look better than your best. Running your business from home has some wonderful benefits. Looking your best isn't one of them. Be seen the way you want to be seen with a professionally designed website that won't cost you a fortune, and it is easy to do. Choose from any of the professionally designed templates, all of which can be customized. Add photo galleries, portfolios, and my favorite, video blocks. Look at all that great content. You can even have video backgrounds. Squarespace also has incredible marketing tools to heat up your social content, so be ready for all that extra attention you're about to receive. Everyone does something interesting. It's time to share it with the world. Go to Squarespace for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch into the world, go to squarespace.com/robothead and you will receive a full 10% off your first purchase. Show us what you've got. It's fun to see Simon Pegg pop up in a different type of role, and he's good. I believe the likeness of Huey in the comics is based on Simon Pegg, so if true, it's a nice touch to include him into the show. And yes, I'm always happy to see Elizabeth Shue again. What young boy hasn't dreamt of finding an unconscious Elizabeth Shue on their front porch? And I do mean that in the nicest possible way. Oh, Elizabeth, I can't help but think. Karate Kid on the streets.
Definitely.
Leaving Las Vegas between the sheets.
Are you too drunk to come?
Just because Bill Cosby.
Jack Quaid is also very good in this, and he has a nice chemistry with everyone. Lucky for him, it seems he only took the acting talent from his father and dodged the crazy give Nicolas Cage a run for his money side of his father. And we won't even mention his uncle. Oh, that's sad. He also dodged a bullet by not ending up with Russell Crowe as his stepdad.
Tabloids quickly pounced with rumours that Ryan had engaged in an extramarital affair with Crowe.
The more I think of it, with all that going on, I'm impressed with how normal Jack seems. I suppose we'll just give it time. So yes, The Boys is great, and thank the fucks it goes against all the social justice warrior bullshit we have to endure daily from Hollywood. And it's not even trying to assault my childhood. If you have seen it, I'm hoping you're like me and enjoying the fact we have a second season to look forward to, which these days seems to be a really rare feeling. If you haven't had the joy of seeing The Boys, get onto it before season 2 starts. But before we finish the love fest, because you know it can't be all good news, Amazon have come up with a great idea to encourage people to stick with their Prime subscription longer. Amazon have announced that they won't be releasing all the episodes of Season 2 at once. They are releasing the first 3 episodes on the first day, and then 1 episode per week. What do they think it is, 1996? I can't commit to that schedule. I can't be expected to remember what happens from week to week. How am I expected to enjoy the show if I can't watch it in 4-hour blocks that only end when I pass out drunk on the floor? Season 2 of Stranger Things did the weekly episode trick, and all it did was give me more time to think about how stupid that show had become. If I'd had the chance to binge Season 2 of Stranger Things all in one night, I might have only remembered the good bits and actually enjoyed it. Instead, I had a whole week to think about how Dustin had forgotten all the events of the first season, and he was clearly breeding a killer demon that should have terrified him. Oh, stupid Dustin, you fucking wrecked that show. I've paid for Amazon for 18 months and all I've watched is The Boys and I think 1 movie. I never even thought about the monthly payments coming out. Amazon doing annoying things like weekly episodes just brings attention to the fact that I've been paying them for months, waiting to watch a show I was going to binge in one day. If you're going to change the relationship, Amazon, maybe I don't want to subscribe anymore. But for now, bring on Season 2 of The Boys, Amazon. I look forward to the violence, the humour, and being surprised in a good way for once.
And you're a good...
Jesus Christ, she could punch the balls off the side of your face.